Welcome to the SN Tournament Series mainstream. Hopefully you're all doing well out there. I see you all, and I hope again everybody is having an amazing time because what a tournament this has been so far. What a week one this has been so far, and the Pinnacle Cup only continues to be great as we're going to get to see Justice for Soul taking on portable document format files unleashed. So PDF is back again, and a pretty fun format too, and a pretty fun matchup. But their roster is actually split. They now have two teams this season instead of just one. There's Unleashed and there's Rollouts. Rollouts are in the Apex Cup. Unleashed are here in the Pinnacle Division. This is Slasher and Elasted, so the majority of the roster that got second place last season in the Apex Cup as again, I'm excited to see how things will go here. It's going to be a fun format, a fun matchup, and a fun time. I'm expecting some fun here as Justice for Solo, a very good team. I recognize these players. Hotshot, Peaky, 5 stars, Mini, Keeters, all very good players. I mean, this is a B plus ranked team, so they're all very good. As for PDF, again, very new into this Pinnacle Cup division. Again, they played in Apex last season and got second place. So a very fun matchup here in this one. I'm excited to see how things will go as we'll get these players in the lobby momentarily for their week one matchup. But again, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to this. I like what these teams have to bring, and we'll see if PDF can really manage in this division. I know they can, because they can play up above their rank. It's just, how well will they do? Because this is going to be a pretty tough test for them. Justice for Solo are definitely a pretty scary team in this division. A decently high-seeded team as well. A team that I expect is probably going to make a decent run in that final bracket, if I had to say so myself. I mean, the only team that they're ranked below right now is Midwest Mafia and Herix Knights. So, considering those are the only two teams they're ranked below, this is a very tough matchup for PDF, who themselves are in the middle of the division, in the middle as a seeded team. Again, considering Slasher and Elasted, we last saw not too long ago in the Paradise Cup for the Ultimate Division, Sammy. Again, this roster splitting actually didn't come as too much of a surprise to me. Sammy's definitely much lower than his teammates here, and I think more so it just came from rank, not wanting to compete together. Because again, Elasted and Slasher both 1900 level players. They're like 1800, high 1800, low 1900 level players. Sammy, I believe, is in that 1800, low 1800 level. So there's a bit of a rank difference from these players, and that's why again, the document format file team, even though they got second place last season, did split. They realized this is going to be a much tougher division. I think Sammy and Elasted also realized they're going to be playing in the Pinnacle Cup because they are at that level. Oh, they got a lot to do here. They're going to make sure that they perform well. So we're going to get these players in the lobby momentarily as in comes 5 stars, Hotshots, and Peakies. Forward to this one. Should be fun though, but it's not the last time we've seen Hotshot and Mini on Justice for Solo. We saw them back in the Careless Division A back in, oh boy, over a year ago. We haven't seen Hotshot on the stream in a little while, but he's been here before. Not an unknown player to me, and to be fair, I've known him more actually for his incredible consistency in the bubble scene. He's again a B rank player, so very solid, very consistent. I expect that with this roster, considering I've seen Peakies as well, very, very good. So I know Peakies, he's also B rank. I believe everybody in this team is either B rank, B plus rank, or maybe there's a C rank player in there. But again, I believe they're all B rank level. So I'm excited to see this match underway momentarily as soon as we'll get in the lobby. Justice for Solo and portable document formats is, again, PDF. Fun little team name. They're actually not part of an organization, even though there's two teams of the same name. At least they don't list themselves as part of an organization. It's more so just a group of friends under some silly names. In ways like the Chill Stars, except the Chill Stars are an org, apparently, so it really depends. But again, PDF did not list themselves as an organization this season. So these teams technically without an organization. Again, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to this. And I have a feeling this is going to be quite fun. Underway momentarily, but again, these players have a lot to play for. I mean, it's week one, you gotta do well for Justice for Solo. They're going to compete for the top of this group. They have a very good chance I'm making it now. 100X Knight are the team right above them here in this group. They're gonna have to play them at some point this season. That is not a fun matchup, by the way. Knight, they won last season. They're definitely the highest ranked team we have this season. I mean, Knight overall is a really scary team. In fact, I think they played each other in the last week. No, they don't. They played each other in week 5. So they played each other in week 5 this season. So should be, at least in theory, that week 5 match is going to be pretty competitive. It's likely to determine who wins out this group, or at least it gives a huge advantage to whoever can win out this group. So a big advantage going to that week 5. But for both these teams, again, playoffs on their mind. Making a good run in that final bracket is on their mind. For PDF, again, their first season in the Pinnacle Cup, but we know they can compete at this level. It's just how well will they perform? As in, oh, wait a second, we don't actually have everybody in the lobby here, so momentarily we got a slight delay. As it seems like we are 1 player short here, so give us a moment. At PDF, I've actually only had 2 players join the lobby. I don't know if their third maybe had a disconnect. That wouldn't be too unlikely. Is we are still waiting on Ajoshi, who is actually a C rank player. I know Ajoshi C rank, but he can absolutely play with B rank players. He's a really good 1v1 player as well, so he's really good. He might be the best 1v1 player in the group, considering even though he is the lowest, even though he is not as high rank as some of the others on the other side. For now, though, we get to go into this matchup. It is Justice for Solo. They're starting ATS against PDF with a new addition in Ajoshi. So a fun series here. I'm excited to see how things will go as Hotshot, Peaky, and 5 stars in the blue. As PDF with Ajoshi, Elasted, and Slasher. Slasher and Elasted, both part of the PDF team that got 2nd place last season, only losing to the Evil Burgers, who themselves are now the Evil Burgers and are also playing in this division. Although Evil Burgers themselves did not have a good week 1 performance. They had to play against Midwest Mafia, and their matchup was a forfeit. They actually didn't have players, so for PDF, they are here, looking to, again, get a good start this season as Elasted to clear. Followed by Hotshot. Slasher will leave the play for Ajoshi as Peaky's the back wall. Slasher will be there. As PDF still on the challenge. It's Hotshot off the ceiling, looking in field. Elasted clears the ball away as Ajoshi will help him out, although it's actually going to be Slasher next to it with his famed cockroach topper. There's only a few players out there that I know that play with consistent toppers. I know, and especially in this division, Slasher's one of them. He uses the cockroach. The other one is Ant, who uses the crab. If I'm not mistaken. Either it's Ant, maybe it's Vel. I don't remember who uses the ants on. But I know KC Chaos, I believe it's Ant, who uses the crab topper, so. Again, for PDF at least, trying to get things underway. It's a team that last season did so well at just being able to generate offense and really consistently win out games by close margins. They didn't ever win by... They never really were a team that I would consider would win by a ton in any series or really in any game. They're a team that was unbelievably consistent in their chemistry and in their way to follow each other up. And in a matchup like this against such a solid Justice for Solo team, Justice for Solo, they're going to wait for those mistakes. They're going to try to catch you on them early. Especially against a team like PDF, who themselves aren't a super high seed in this tournament, waiting for errors, but PDF, again, aren't likely to give them any here, so Justice for Solo, the unfortunate truth is, if they're going to win this matchup, it's going to be through really getting this win themselves. Really making their own chances here as Peaky's will clear it away. Ajoshi keeps it up. As Justice for Solo waiting back pass to Hotshot. As they'll still keep on the attack, but very little moving here. PDF with an unbreakable back wall at this point, as now chip to the net. Peaky will be there for it, as now, ooh, a miss from Ajoshi, as Peaky never had another touch on that play. Elasted to the corner. We'll keep things out as a challenge goes away. And PDF unleashed, maybe getting some plays going here, but Asher will be back, and purple document format files. Will actually lose on the display. Hotshot with room in front. 5 stars, can't shoot. Here goes Peaky, stopped by Ajoshi, who will prevent any shots from going. All the way back, Justice for Solo. They'll keep possession. They've been holding possession for almost the entirety of this game, but they have not been able to make much of this play. Again, waiting maybe for errors or mistakes that just aren't going to come. This PDF Unleashed team doesn't make a lot of errors. They're consistent. Now, the problem with that is PDF themselves aren't a team that's exactly known to really ramp up that pressure. This is about as much pressure as you're going to get from this team today, as Ajoshi will jump in. Well, we saw one little opening, and Ajoshi will take it. What about augment format? Off to the back one, and it rolls right in front of the net. EDF first on the board with only a minute and 49 left. Portable document formats. Piki clears it out. Ajashi challenged by 5 stars as the lasted hot shot. Slasher will keep it away. 5 stars up in the air. PDF now with a 1-goal margin. Now they don't need to worry too much about asking if they're going to score. They've already done it. And again, they're not a team that exactly wins by large margins, so they're not exactly looking to add too many goals to this lead. They don't need to. They're a team that's good enough not to. Although I do worry a 1-goal lead with only 1 goal scored might be asking a lot from this PDF defense, but so far held on. And if they can continue to do so, things will definitely look up for them here as Alasta does want to bump out Piki, and that's going to go toward that hot shot with the stop. As Alasta will keep the play going. PDF still on the offensive here as Ajashi will keep it to the back corner. Alastid. Still Alastid. One challenged in front as Alastid will move. Now it's Slasher, stopped by Hotshot, and Slasher's a pretty scary player to watch out for. He was one of the best scorers early last season amongst all teams, so again, considering that PDF are a team that didn't win by large margins, they needed every shot that Slasher gave them here as a play in field. A bit of an opening here for Justice for Solo. Piki's trying to drive it under Ajashi, but it will be kept away in portable document format. A 1-0 scoreline through game 1. They'll go in field, but they're not challenging too aggressively here. Ajashi, midfield, hot shot, whiffed it, and Slasher will end the game here. 2 goals for portable document format Files Unleashed, as Hotshot had to push up high, but just didn't have the boost to recover. After how long this game has gone, no goals for Justice for Solo. I mentioned before that you're not going to beat this PDF Unleashed team by waiting for their mistakes. You need to make things happen, because this team, they don't make mistakes often. And I think Justice for Solo have learned that the hard way through game 1. PDF team absolutely ready to play in the Pinnacle Cup. And again, how little mistakes this team is going to make, you really got to put that pressure on them. You got to make things happen. If you're Justice for Solo, somebody's got to step up on that offensive side, or else this is going to happen over and over again, and they're not going to see many chances. And the real crazy thing is, they had 9 shots this game. Justice for Solo had 9 efforts that went on the net. EF only had 5, so there's a real shot discrepancy here that Justice for Solo can absolutely take advantage of. But again, mistakes aren't likely to happen from BDF. You're going to need to find some really good plays to beat them here. But the fortunate thing is, it's only 1 game. This is a best of 5. We still have a lot more to go in this series. I would not be too concerned if I'm Justice for Solo, as we go into game 2. And again, the one benefit Justice for Solo has, they won out on having a lot more shots than PDF did that game. Now that quality can improve, they'll be looking pretty good here, as Alastid will keep out Hotshot. And now a 2v1 play. Alastid with Slasher. He'll go himself here! And why not? He's that close to the net. He might as well take it. Justice for Solo sent up the house, and 5 stars, who was the last one back, was too far disconnected. That is a lot of room for Elastid, and he takes it himself, even on no boost. He knows from that close to the net, it will be almost impossible for 5 stars to react in time. BDF, a lead early in this game, considering that last game had more than 3 minutes of goallessness between both sides before anything went in the back of the net. This is a welcome sign for portable document format as infield play. Pikis can't take it. Alastid will play to the middle of the field. Slasher, the dribble, going, stopped by Piki. As Ajashi up next. They'll keep out Hotshot. Fake on. Ajashi! Goal 2! PDF continue their run. As Hotshot got dunked here, and that fake from Slasher does everything. But if he doesn't fake that, it's an easy clear. Justice for Solo can go the other way. But that fake, it pulls out the defense. They have to expect the shot. Just leaves the play open. That chemistry from BDF, it's there. It's always been there for this team, but again, they do know how to use it, and they do know how to use it well. But considering this is a somewhat new roster this season, you wonder how they're going to play with Ajashi. Ajashi has not really had to take a major leadership role here, but this game, he absolutely has now, because he's 2 for 2. And after the goal drought that was game 1, inside the first 60 seconds of Game 2. PDF have now scored 3 straight. In Pinnacle Cup Week 1, and this is a consistent-looking PDF side. As infield, off the back wall will be Slasher to keep it away. Peaky up with it as Ajashi will challenge. Slasher, he's got to be careful there. Almost got beat by 5 stars. Elasted will find Ajashi. This should be 4. It's going to be up the back wall. And a great block there. Peaky's just gets in the way as Ajashi will keep the play moving here. I mentioned before, he's a C-rank 6-man player, but boy, is he a good 1v1 player. I've seen him so often play the 1v1. He plays above his rank level at that mode. So oftentimes you're going to see Ajashi kind of on his own here. He's not going to do anything too crazy. He's not going to do anything too fancy because he doesn't have to in a mode like 3v3. But, I mean, his car control, his ability on his own is pretty tough to match here if you're anybody from Justice for Solo. Peaky's might be able to handle him. Peaky's another really good 1v1 player. Again, Ajashi hasn't had to do too much here. He's just been consistent. He's been waiting back. He really hasn't had to do too much on his touches. He just has to do just enough, and it's obviously been what PDF has needed as in front of the net. Ajashi trying to tuck it in. A Slasher go again. Hot shot. Kept it out as PDF. Back wall. Second touch. It's an open net, and Slasher will take it. The portable document format's on a goal run here in Game 2. And unfortunately for Justice for Solo, after what Game 1 looked like, I thought they had a chance here, but PDF... And I mean, I thought it was going to be Justice for Solo that would pick up the shot quality, but in fact it is portable document format who will do it. This game, all it feels like it's away from Justice for Solo. PDF. My goodness, this is not what I expected out of Week 1 for both these teams. Justice for Solo are one of the high-seeded teams this season, a team that is expected to be a contender to win this whole thing. PDF, man, really taking the battle to them here. And in Week 1, it's a fortunate welcome for Justice for Solo if they can't get anything to go this week, because, I mean, again, you consider the fact that they have to play Knight later in this same group. Knight is what I think many consider a much better team than PDF is. For Solo, I mean, it feels like they're just waiting for mistakes, and those mistakes are not coming. PDF are just playing far too consistently to give you mistakes. They're not doing anything crazy either, just, again, playing a non-mistake prone Rocket League game, and Justice for Solo's playing, they're waiting. Those mistakes aren't coming, they're not getting chances, and PDF is doing a great job at just staying consistent, not overcommitting, not getting too overconfident. They know how good Justice for Solo is, and they also know that this game and this series is still not over. They're just playing consistent Rocket League as Ajashi in the dribble. 5 stars does well to get in the way as Hotshot will be up with this one. A lot of room here, but great challenge from Slasher, just gets up in the way. And Elasted will keep things going. It's PDF. Just waiting. Slasher in that midfield. And look at this from PDF. Everybody in the midfield right now. They won't win this play out of 5 stars. As Slasher, that's a great touch. But it won't go very far as Peaky. No boost left. It's Hotshot who might be the option there, but Hotshot didn't have any boost up in the air. Now he has. 5 stars shoots. It's saved away by Elasted. A good effort from Justice for Solo as they're doing well to take away the boost from PDF. Unfortunately, they have not been able to take anything much else as that's in front of the net. Another save from Slasher. PDF running on fumes at this point. Trying to keep the shutout in Game 2 as Slasher, that's in front of his net. Awkward, but that's a great touch from Ajashi. And while it won't give his team possession, it does a lot more than they would have had he not gone for it, because that's boost. And now they've got the ball. And Justice for Solo have now got a restart from the offense. As everybody up for PDF there. Full recover as Ajashi takes control. 30 seconds to go, and it's cleared away again. Ajashi won't have it. As waiting is Slasher. Peaky will be up for it as it's a great play from Elasted to the back corner. Slasher up high. Elasted not even hesitating, but he's missed his touch. And here goes 5 stars. He won't score. Peaky's off the bar. It's gonna stay up high. Hotshot can't turn it in. And Justice for Solo so close to taking their first goal of the series, but it won't happen here. Game 2 will end just like that, a 4-0 scoreline. Almost all of those goals scored in the first minute. Actually, maybe even all of those goals scored in the first minute for PDF. And from there on out, their consistency continues, but this game was a lot better for Justice for Solo, at least by the ending. They had chances. They just gotta hit the net now. And you think maybe they have a chance to turn this series around for themselves. But yeah, for Solo, another game that shooting just can't seem to get itself started. At this point, portable document format, one game away from winning this series. What a performance it would be to win in a sweep in week 1. That would be a huge shock to the league. I can't say anything too early. PDF still gotta win this game, and Justice for Solo, if they're getting the chance they got last game, I don't expect them to keep missing that net. As Peaky is looking to get that first goal early. It's a great play from Ajashi, and again, that's probably the last player that Peaky wants to take on in an air dribble play, because, again, I mentioned Ajashi, so good just individually. He's such a good one-room player, and now it's a great pass. Ooh, Ajashi missed it there. 5 stars. Didn't have a chance to cut off the play there, and PDF, that's a huge opportunity that they could have taken. Now they get another. Peaky's on the block. Will be cleared to the midfield as Elasted, and PDF, actually, a bit of an overcommit there. A rotational error that I seldom see from this roster, but it won't cost them here as Justice for Solo still getting boost in the backfield as hot shot challenged by Ajashi. 5 stars. It's a second touch that will get around Elasted. Now it's Peaky's. Ajashi will not be able to go, and it is Justice for Solo after almost 11 full minutes of goallessness. It's their first of the season as Peaky's just takes it around that challenge from Slasher, baits in PDF, who themselves are playing in the midfield, not exactly playing aggressively. And he's recognizing where the space is given, and he's taking it as PDF now down by 1 in this game. And I mentioned again, Justice for Solo, they can't count out the fact that they can come back in this matchup. I looked in game 2, if they can just find accuracy, PDF are going to be in trouble. Joshi challenged by 5 stars. Elasted, oh, he's been beat there. That's almost on target. Tough angle for Peaky's too, and one of the Elasted is going to be happy that I wasn't on, because if that is, he didn't cover that very well. It very much could have been a second goal for Peaky's here. As hot shot, the reset. We'll leave it for Peaky's. Now goes 5 stars to the back wall, and everybody pushed up here for PDF. Elasted will clear it away. Awkward on that rotation here from whatever document format files unleashed. It was everybody who kind of pushed up in the midfield looking for that challenge, and it very easily could have been worse had they not been up as fast as they did. Ajashi now. The corner. Hot shot will keep it to the back, but Elasted is there, and Elasted's still here. Elasted! Oh my goodness, Elasted! He's an absolute tank, I tell you. What on... How did he win this? I mean, this is all the blue players right around him here. How does he win that play, and how does that go in? And that tells you why you shouldn't give up in this game, even when it doesn't look like you can score. Elasted just forces the ball in. And Justice for Solo now have facing a PDF team that now looks to come back. Game 2 maybe starting to be a bit of a reminder for them here. It's not a goal run just yet, but you don't want to have that happen because, I mean, after those 4 goals, there was no chance Justice for Solo was going to come back in that game. You gotta make sure they end it before it even starts as hot shot keeps moving and keeps on going. Well, it was perfect control. Slasher didn't have boost here, so he can't go. Ajashi has to. Hot shot, he knows he's got the angle. Perfect control for the captain of Justice for Solo. One of 2 players that have stayed on this team all this time, at least since the last time I've been able to stream on my personal channel, back when they were in the Kyohaku Rocket League series. It's hot shot. Keeps it away. Oh, that's gonna be open too. There's nobody covering that. Peaky's has another this game as for the second time here, PDF leaving their net open for Peaky's to take, and you just can't do that. These players are too good. They're gonna recognize when you aren't covering your back lines. For PDF, who maybe not had a chance coming back in this thing, now are 2 goals down with a lot of work to do. Elasted, though, will get things started right off the kickoff. Wasting no time to find an answer. As I feel bad for 5 stars, he has not done well in the 1-1 defense tonight. He's had a goal flicked over him last game. It's tough in that position, especially when he's so far back, as you would be off that kickoff. As Pinky is still going here. Gonna drive another 2-goal lead in, but Asher trying to clear. 5 stars. Back wall. It's play that Elasted knows to cover. As he'll clear it out. No second touch taken here. And that's what Hotshot was waiting for as well. He was playing a lot further back, expecting that Elasted was going to go for that ground double tap, which is pretty often done in that position when you hit the ball that low, but Elasted didn't have the play on, and instead he'll just go for offense here as 50-50. Peakies will beat out a Joshi, and Slasher's out of position. Surely this is a goal, as Hotshot won't have it. It is 5 stars who actually shot that wide. Slasher didn't go. PDF a bit saved there as an offense completely unraveled for them. Now they'll shoot. Slasher again. It's off the sidewall and straight to Hotshot. Joshi will maintain possession. There's a minute to go. PDF just need one more goal to tie this game, but boy, is it going to be tough to find that play. Justice for Solo have not given them anything to really much of anything to work with. And considering that PDF themselves have been heavy committing a lot more into a lot more offensive plays, they're going to need to really make things count as Ijashi up the corner. It's Elasted. That's popped up, but will only be for Piki as Ijashi. Blasted. Trying to push out Hotshot. In the midfield. Elasted again. It's Piki anyways, and Justice for Solo who are staying close to the play. No chances really given here. As Hotshot's gonna have that second touch. No, he won't. He missed it. Piki's gonna keep him at the midfield as Joshi. That is straight for 5 stars. He wanted the dribble and will not get it. And now PDF forced to play some defense as Elasted will not get another chance to go. And Justice for Solo keep the series alive. Be it just barely. They got the lead in this game, but they really had to work for every chance they had. Don't worry, portable document format files. Take that first goal again. That things could be all over here for Justice for Solo. But they win game 3. They can at least be happy with that. And maybe en route to a reverse sweep, considering how out of it they looked in the first 2 games. They look a lot better here. As PDF fighting forward here. But it's Justice for Solo who have made things a little bit tougher, but Elasted gets him off to a perfect start. You gotta love the fake play here. 5 stars. He knows that he hasn't done well against Elasted in the 1v1. And he's not even taking chances at trying to play shadow defense. He just goes for it. Elasted, he's a pretty good 1v1 player himself. All these players I think are pretty good at ones individually, but Elasted, I've seen him play ones before. He definitely knows what he's doing at that in that game mode. And although Joshi might be the player you talk about when you talk about ones for PDF, Elasted's pretty good too. I think even Slasher is also quite high rank in ones. So this PDF team gonna handle it though, as that's an amazing save. Oh, what a block for Elasted! That looked like that was gonna be tie game, no question. And somehow Elasted, from inside the net, gets a piece of it. And PDF stay up by 1. I don't think Justice for Solo can believe it, as now they're going to be scored on. An errant mistouch in front of the net leads to a goal for Joshi. And again, while Joshi hasn't had to do much this series, he hasn't really been a super standout player. He's just made the right touches. And PDF, I mean, that's the kind of player you want on that team, is a player who just makes good touches. Over to Demo. We'll open up some room here. As Piki takes it. 1 goal back for Justice for Solo. As Elasted actually got bumped into the assist. Piki will be right on top of it, just like how Joshi was, just the first one to it. Justice for Solo. They know what is at stake here. This is a team that they're expected to beat. It's giving them some pretty good troubles here as upfield again, 2 go, but hey, Joshi clears it back, and man, there's nobody up to follow him here, so this is Justice for Solo with a free touch. Nobody followed Joshi, and I almost think that Elastin and Slasher were both expecting Joshi to take that play. As in front of the net. Oh, a team bump there. Elastin wanted to shoot that one. But Joshi cut him off. BDF unleashed. Challenge. We'll clear it out again. Joshi doesn't have a lot of boost to work with. We'll just force out the play from 5 stars. Slasher in the middle of the field will be peaky again. As Joshi that is up high, elasted. Hot shot will bounce this one as 5 stars is waiting. Slasher, peaky, off the corner. It's elasted again. As this one, chip to net. Joshi is there. It's a huge block. Here goes 5 stars. Hot shot. Slasher, peaky. It's open. It's in. Tie game. Peaky leading Justice for Solo. And after all those bumps, leaving the net open, it's Peaky who will finish it off. And I feel like the play's there for Justice for Solo. They've got the momentum. They've got the right ideas. They've got the offense as well. And they've got PDF on the back ropes. Elasted. Clears it away. Joshi will get a piece of it, but 5 stars wins that challenge. He won't get out of it. Defense, though. And Elasted will keep things going. Joshi. No boost. Will take his time, and now he's going to send it up for Slasher. Very slow here from Peaky, but no chance of scoring in that play. Now Elasted goes. That's on target. But again, PDF doesn't feel like they're getting any good looks at that net so far. They're waiting for chances, for opportunities. Right now, they just haven't come to them here as that one kept back. Peaky. Slasher will jump on in as Hot Shot keeps it out. Five stars will find the net there. He had Hot Shot waiting, but that's just a little too high. PDF will once again clear this to safety, but still not really any ball possession. Feels like the start of game 1 all over again. We're just an absolute stalemate, and there's just not a lot of possession for PDF, but you know they can attack at any moment. Hot Shot. Finding Peaky. Joshi can't be there. Slasher, that is up in front of the net. Elasted will get there just in time. Slasher now on the block. Elasted will pinch it away, and Peaky, he'll take the boost, go all the way back. He's actually just taking that from his own teammate. And I believe that was 5 stars who wanted that one. Now it's in front of the net. Peaky doesn't have this one. But Hot Shot will. It is only as far out as Peaky, and PDF, that is straight on targets, and just trying to find chances. This might be it, though, because Peaky's the only one back. Joshi, Elasted's up, but he won't beat him out there. Now goes Slasher. Elasted won't get a touch on this one. He was falling from the ceiling. Decided why not take his chances on getting anything on that play, a play that Justice for Solo we're not going to see. Oh, what a fake, though. It's Peaky on Elasted. He'll get the flick, and he'll take the lead. Peaky just doing it all right now. It's a fake on one that leaves the backfield open. I mentioned before, he's a solid 1-for-1 player. That's his domain. And you do not want to test him there. And in 30 seconds here, we may be going to Champions Field. Joshi. Back wall. Hot Shot will be ready. Portable document format. Just trying to buy themselves opportunities here, but they have not had a lot of possession this game, and it has really just eaten through them here as Peaky, wasting out time, cleared away. Hot Shot is going all the way back to defense. He will give no chance for PDF to come back in this game. And we are going to Game 5, Champions Field. Justice for Solo looking to reverse sweep this one. So Game 5. Up next, Justice for Solo. A chance for a sweep here. After the first two games having no goals in the first two games, Justice Fasolo has had much better accuracy. And against the PDF team that they have not been able to win possession, that accuracy now for Justice Fasolo is really cutting through them here. So we will see these teams end off their week 1 here in Game 5. Justice Fasolo looking for a reverse sweep. Document formats. Looking to end this thing. The way that they started it is going to really take a lot of good possession, a lot of good decisions from PDF to win, especially considering that I don't expect Justice Fasolo to go scoreless anymore, considering how they've been playing the last couple of games. They've had consistently been able to score, and it's been Peaky who has been on the end of most of those final shots, so they're going to watch out for Peaky. He's been a problem at the latter half of the series for PDF, and a big one at that. As here he goes. Goal 1! Peaky just jumps in! And the striker for Justice Fasolo tonight continues his job. I mean, he gets a chance, he gets a half look, and he just slams it in. And portable document formats, after getting to watch how Peaky's been playing, they've got to manage him well here as a play in front. 5 stars keeps out the shot from Slasher as hot shot across the net. Got a great manage of that speed, and 5 stars. Is that on? Oh my goodness, it is! What in the world? That is an incredible effort from 5 stars. And I don't even know if he meant to do that, because, I mean, usually you try to get control on that play, dribble it up the sidewall, go for a solo effort. On a one-on-one chance like that, you can do a lot of things in the air. But it doubles as a shot, I guess, and hey, it works. Justice Fasolo now have a second goal in Game 5. Portable document format, after, I think, trying to fire themselves up into this game, have come off to about as bad of a start as you can ask for from them. It almost got worse. That should have been free. That was an open net for 5 stars. The only reason he doesn't get it is because he had to rush into that play. That could have been, and probably should have been, goal 3. Now goes hot shot. 5 stars. Amend the miss he had earlier, as Peaky doesn't have the play there. Elasted will clear this one out with a little bit of help, starting out from Joshi. Slasher to the back wall. Hot shot to clear. And again, nobody back for PDF. They are really spreading themselves thin right now. Rotationally, they have not been there. In the last couple of games, they've been forcing themselves into much more aggressive, much more risky positions to just get an edge, if any, against this Justice Fasolo team. But they have not found it, as again, they'll all push up. And again, they will watch as that will go back. This time it goes in, though. You think for PDF, that mental's not there. The last couple of games have not been there. Game 3 was a 1-goal difference, but Game 4 and 5, it has been Peaky who has been scoring almost every chance he gets. Justice Fasolo, what was a very slow start in this series, are now en route to a reverse sweep as 5 stars. Gonna make it 4. Peaky will have it. So another goal here. And Justice Fasolo, I mean, they're not done. They know there is still 3 minutes left in this game. The job's not done until that timer goes to 0. And Peaky, he'll look to do it again. He'll win that challenge. Demo. The shot. That is a great effort. Joshi will be there. Peaky again. Joshi's got to be up for that too. 5 stars. Double tap. Flip reset. 5 stars. Oh, he missed the shot. But Justice Fasolo, they're not going to mind too much. They're going to go back to defense, but not for too long. Slasher's the only one pushing. Oh, wait a second. It's open. And Joshi's there. Somehow Slasher came up with this one. And it was Joshi who finished it. Yeah, he just got an extra touch against hot shot. One that neither him nor 5 stars was could see, and it just so happened to be a play where Joshi was already pushing up for the follow-up challenge. He didn't have to do much there, because that's an open net. The PDF, let's get this thing started early here, as Joshi, a second for his name. And this game is not over. Not in the slightest. But a 4-goal comeback, that is a tough thing to do. They're halfway done, but man, they still have a lot of work to do here. But the kickoffs have been working. This might be free. It's going to be another kickoff goal 3 goals in maybe the span of like 20 seconds here. 2 of them have been on the kickoff, and look at that. That is an aggressive and intentional kickoff plan. Slasher and Elastic both went, but Elastic, he delayed his kickoff slightly so that ball was pushed into his car and up off the back wall. That was planned for PDF, and they made it work. That is a beautiful display of kickoff performances, and a Joshy on the end of that play. A gutsy call, because if that kickoff does not go well, they send 2 players up, and a Joshy's already up in the middle of the field. That is very tough to recover on. A gutsy call, but that works beautifully, and now they'll look for 4! It's on the line! Save away by 5 stars! And a little bit of help from the crossbar, but it stays out regardless. PDF challenging again as Elastic, 5 stars to the back corner. Hey, Joshi keeps it out. Iki is waiting. Slasher. Hot shot is there. Elastic. He was looking, I think, to take out 5 stars, but 5 stars already on the ball. Justice for Solo. Now just looking to, again, win out that possession. A lot of clears here for PDF Unleashed. Surprising number of clears considering how much time is still left here. They still have over a minute. I mean, this is where you still need to keep control. You aren't going to beat this team by long shots. You gotta find ways to get close to that net. To give yourself close range options. Because you're just not going to score by doing the ball repeatedly, or at least not easily. As it's touch that 5 stars will handle. Now PDF can keep control, but 5 stars on it. Slasher, he's going to be met by Peakies. Elastic. He's got a Josh behind him. Will actually not even get that touch. It's Peakies who hit it a bit too far away, and now infield. Ooh, that's not going to hit Elastic. As Hotshot will manage to play. PDF is waiting. A Joshi on no boost. He doesn't have an option here as Peakies going to win out this one. Elastic. He's got to wait, and that's on target, and it's in the back of the net. Well, that one went completely south for PDF. As Hotshot just goes. Slasher, he was not covering the front post. And that may have ended any momentum that PDF had coming to the latter part of this game. They gotta build it all back again here as 5 stars. Slasher off the corner will be for a Joshi! Oh, he's hit the crossbar! That was open! And a Joshi knows that is a play that had to go in. They won't have enough time left in this one. Justice for Solo will win this match on a reverse sweep. In 5 games, after having no goals in the first 2, this one will end. In 5 games, Justice for Solo off to a positive start this season. Well, they'll be happy with that. Be very happy with that, actually, because that is a great performance for a team that coming in this season and well, the good showing here. Again, what a performance here. That team, man, they really have to fight for everything. Again, when you get a reverse sweep like that, I mean, you have to feel good about it. That is a very fun series to end off this week of action. Justice for Solo. I mean, they'll get the win as any expected, but I don't think people expected a reverse sweep in this matchup. Again, what a solid performance. Again, a huge performance. And joining us here now for a quick little interview will be Hotshot. Welcome in, Hotshot. A reverse sweep in week 1. You guys had a bit of a slow start there, but you got the job done here. Talk to me. Week 1, you started an ATS, and it really did take everything for you guys to make sure that PDF Unleashed did not take you down here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It really shouldn't have been that close for us as it was. We just kind of started off a little slow. Didn't expect them to come out just kind of chasing everything like that. We kind of expect we had I guess like higher expectations in like their style of play than what it really was. So it kind of took some adjusting. And then I mean after we did that, we kind of kept control of the game. I mean, outside of us trolling a little bit in game five, it really wasn't close games three through five. So
I would say Game 3 was pretty close. I think, I mean, I know you're pretty happy with that win. I would say it was a pretty close series overall here. PDF definitely kept you guys gridlocked there on offense. You couldn't score in the first two games. What happened? What did you guys change going to the latter half? Because the goals started raining in after in Game 3, and from there you guys didn't stop. As you said, yeah, your offense was pretty solid after Game 2. What was the adjustment they had to make there?
yeah, I mean, we just kind of had to, we went into it and we kind of realized like these guys are chasers, all three of them chase. So it's either all three of them were up really close or really three back. So we had to use our ability to counter attack very quickly and just kind of, let them double, triple commit for no reason on a non-threatening ball. And then, we just, we controlled the ball better. I think we just brought a lot more quality over quantity compared to them, where they were just kind of smacking it all over the place, and we just kind of slowed down, kept our cool, and really started bringing it home.
Yeah, you mentioned as well. It did feel like by the end of that, PDF did get a bit more panics. But again, you guys have to work to get that win. I mean, PDF, they're a team that just moved from the Apex Cup. They got second place last season, so pretty impressive performance. But again, you guys are one of the high seeds here. You got that win. I think you might be overstating how easy it was. I think it was close. But you guys got the job, and you did say you guys did look comfortable by the end of that series. I have to admit, but you get your win in week one. It was close, but you get your win. That's all I think you guys are happy with here. But you guys know there's a couple other really good teams in this group as well. Kind of going to the rest of the regular season, is there any matchups that you really want to talk about? Are there any teams that you want to talk about, or is this the kind of season where you guys think it's going to be kind of all clear from here on out?
I mean, I'm gonna be for real. I don't think me or my teammates have looked at a single team that was in this league. Like,
Ah, fair
we
enough.
didn't even know who was on. We didn't even know who was on this team going into it. We just kind of we go in with the blank mindset. There's no reason to do all of this pre-gaming stuff like that, because at the end of the day, right, doesn't matter how good the other team is. We just got to execute ourselves. You know, um, you can game plan all you want, but if you don't do what you got to do, all that game planning doesn't matter, right?
Oh, absolutely, and I love that as well. You're not the only team. I feel like that's the thing that only happens in Pinnacle. I feel like every other division looks at their opponents and tries to kind of see who's playing, but Pinnacle doesn't do
hmm
that, and that's because again, you guys said it. You trust your playstyle. You know it can work, and of course tonight it did work. It took a little bit to get going, but after game
hmm
two, you guys were able to kind of, as you said, pull things together, slow it down, make the right decision, and get that win. So, I mean, this is week one of 7 weeks total to play in this regular season. Obviously, I'm sure your goal is to win the whole thing. You guys are one of the teams that many consider to be a favorite to win the whole thing. But kind of going into this one, I mean, is the game plan all the same throughout the rest of the season?
Yeah, I mean, I guess just kind of work on starting a little faster. I mean, we weren't really doing any. We didn't practice at all before this. Like, we literally just hopped into VC. So I guess maybe like just prepping a little more for ourselves. I don't know. At the end of the day, I know we can beat any team in this league. So like, who cares if they can win? It doesn't matter if they win the first two games if they don't win the series at the end of the day.
I
And
mean,
we felt confident even after losing the first two games. I mean, we knew like we lock in on these couple little things, and we were absolutely in the driver's seat. Like I said, it really shouldn't have been as close as we had it, but it just took us a little bit to adjust, and then once it happened, it was kind of smoother sailing.
yeah, you guys were, as you said, you guys were able to get a little bit more comfortable knowing how this team played. But you get your win here. You're off to a good
Mhm.
start here as one of the high seeds in this division. Before you go here, Hotshot, you have any shoutouts, any final messages to state after your first win in ATS?
I mean, I'd like to thank you just for casting.
Oh, of
I've had
course,
a
my
few
pleasure.
times. I've had a few interactions with you where you've casted some leagues I'm in, stuff like that, and it's always a pleasure. You're always a great cast. So I gotta say thank you. I hope you cast us some more in the future. And I think that's about it for us.
Yeah, I don't think I've casted you since over a year ago in any league. I know I've casted you recently though in other tournaments, but league play wise,
Yeah.
it's been over a year. But I'm happy to have you back, and I'm happy to have your team. Yeah, Justice for
Yeah.
Solo is going to be a scary team to watch out for. So again, congrats on your win here, Hotshot, into the rest of Justice for Solo. Good luck for the rest of the season, and I promise you, we'll definitely be seeing each other again later this season. For now, take care, have a good night, and enjoy it as you guys prepare for week two.
Yeah. Thank you. You too, man. Have a great night.
That was Hotshot joining in there, a reverse sweep. He was pretty confident, and I don't blame him as well. These teams are all very confident because teams like Justice Solo, they can win this division. But for now, good performance on them. Great performance overall, and thank you to all of you for joining. So, I mean, that was a fun night. I got to enjoy a lot of great action, so to all of the players who showed up, thank you so much, and to all of you who got to watch as well, thank you so much. So, we're going to get a raid out to a good friend of mine, and again, thank you all so much for being so supportive here. As again, ATS Week 1, not all the matches are over, but Week 1 itself is over, so boy, what a week it has been. There's been a lot of action this week. Expect the same every week here on out for most of the season. It's gonna be heavy hitters after heavy hitters in this league. But for now, take care. Have a great night. We'll see you all in Week 2.